Good morning and welcome to St. Alphonsus Rodriguez as we do our monthly what's happening and what's in the news for the parish. Lots of things are changing, taking place, things we're looking forward to, and so we'll get right down to business. One thing I wanted folks to be aware of is that we are going to start having the church doors unlocked on Saturdays at 3:45 and before the 5 o'clock mass, and on Sunday mornings at 6:30. Weekdays we'll open the doors at 8:30 so folks can come in, pray. We'll be having confession before masses again on the weekends, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But don't have to worry about showing up in the cold and finding staff not here or the doors locked. So hopefully that will invite you to be even more present and praying in the church. We are going to be making some changes in the way we are doing some of our Mass now. The Archbishop has loosened some of the restrictions. One of the things that we're permitted to do now is to have the opening procession, which, as you know, is very important in terms of liturgy. It is where in liturgy we see ourselves processing or on our pilgrimage of life to our Lord, who is symbolized in that altar. So it's not just getting folks from the back of the church to the front, but it has very important significance in the liturgy, and we're so happy to be able to add that back in. So we will be having our presider, the lector, the Eucharistic minister, and we will begin to utilize our altar servers in a small way as part of that procession. Once again, because of social distancing and the size of our sanctuary, they can't return to their full duties yet, but we're so happy that people are able to get engaged again in their ministries and participate more fully as they would like to in our masses. For the recessional, we are hoping that folks will continue to dismiss as they have been, with the usher guiding that, after hearing some of our recessional hymn, at least one verse of our recessional hymn, just to remind us what we are carrying with us as we leave the church in terms of what the Eucharist has done for us, nourished us, fed us, and what God has gifted us with to carry with us as we go out into the world from Mass. Advent is just around the corner. It seems impossible that we've been in the midst of this COVID crisis for so many months now, 8 months or something like that now. Who expected it to impose on our Advent and our Christmas celebrations this year? And yet here we are. We will have our Advent wreath before Mass begins each weekend, and the lighting of the Advent wreath and the Advent ceremony. On December the 4th at 7 p.m., you're so cordially invited to join us for lessons and carols. We are holding fast to the traditions that we can, that unite us and make us who we are as community. And so a beautiful lessons and carols ceremony with prayer, with scripture, with Christmas carols. Unfortunately, they will need to be instrumental, but well known to you, and I think will still speak to our hearts and our minds and our mood as it helps us to enter into our preparations for the coming of Christ. Our Advent penance service will be held on Wednesday, December the 16th from 6:30 to 8 o'clock p.m. in the church itself. And our expectation is to have 3 confessors for that ritual celebration of the sacrament. So please come out so you can truly prepare your heart and spirit for Christ at Christmas. Our Christmas Masses, we've added a 2 o'clock Mass on Christmas Day. The Archbishop has given permission for us to have earlier vigil Masses to hopefully be able to accommodate all those who would want to come to Mass on Christmas. So our Christmas Masses are expected to be 2, 4, 7, and midnight on Christmas Eve, and 10 o'clock on Christmas Day. One of the determiners of the number of those Masses will be you. We are going to post the sign-up genius online at the beginning of Advent, so you have plenty of time to sign up for the Christmas Mass that you would like to attend. it's important to sign up for the Christmas masses. We know that our weekend masses are sometimes not so crowded, and so people show up without having registered on Sign Up Genius, and that's been okay because we've been able to accommodate everyone that comes. But frankly, we don't know what to expect at Christmas. Will people who have not returned to Mass yet come out for that special occasion? We hope and pray so. Will folks who usually come to Christmas Mass, even if they're not actively engaged in the rest of the liturgical year, still want to come out for Christmas Mass? We hope and pray so. So in that event, and hoping to prepare for a large number spread out over 5 masses, we ask you to please, please, please register for the Christmas masses. Thanksgiving Day, we will have a Thanksgiving morning mass at 9:30, our usual time for our weekday masses. Some other news outside of liturgy that's happening. We have finally received the permits from the county to move ahead with phase 2 of the construction of the rectory, including most specifically the elevator and all that will entail. So we're now in the contract negotiation part, and it was kind of very surprising that the county had no comments or changes to our request, our application. So I just wanted to let you know it's taken a lot longer than we anticipated. Once again, the impact of COVID on life. But we're ready to move ahead. I'm sure many of you are aware by now that Mary Jo Mathena has retired. It's a time of great sadness for us. She is leaving us after 17 years of very faithful service. And if anybody knows anything about what Mary Jo did, you'll know that she did a great deal. So we're sad for us, but we're also excited for her. She is retiring and happy to be doing so. She's still around. She's staying in the neighborhood for now in terms of living here and still a member of the parish, so you'll see her. We wish her the best. We wanted to do something to acknowledge and celebrate her retirement, but she adamantly said she wanted to go out on the down low. She really didn't want anything. So for those of you who are saying, why didn't we celebrate? Well, that was Mary Jo's choice. But I'm sure she'd love to hear a word of congratulations or good wishes for her when you do see her around the parish. We have been very blessed to be able to fill the position of business manager rather quickly. Maria Clare will join the parish staff starting next Monday, November the 9th. Maria has had a great deal of experience in that role, and so we're expecting a very smooth transition. She's worked in other parishes in that same position, and has always done, from what I've heard and witnessed myself, a very impressive, outstanding job. And so we're looking forward to her joining our staff. Please welcome her when you meet her. My final bit of news is, at long last, our parish bulletin, the parish newsletter, which usually gets put out quarterly, it will be coming out. Hopefully we'll be able to get it in the mail to you next week at the latest, so that in the next week or two, every household in the parish will be receiving their newsletter with all of the information we've spoken about, plus information on how to connect with us through the internet, how to get our bulletins, how to get our notices, which is so important. I can't encourage you enough to stay connected with us through the internet, through our website, through our parish app, through the email bulletins that are sent out, which you sign up for on our parish website. With COVID, it's the best way for us to be able to stay connected and to provide you with all the information about all that's happening in the parish. So now I turn it over to Claire with news about our youth activities.
Absolutely. So first things first, we had our first outdoor family movie night on October 23rd. Thank you to everyone who came out. We had about 10 people, 3 families. And for those of you that couldn't make it this time, be on the lookout for the next one, which I'm aiming for the spring when the weather is back to being warm. Religious education is in an established routine. Families participate either in class Zoom meetings or homeschool, and I just want to thank everyone in our religious education program for being so adaptive to the changes. Fingers crossed we will be back to in-person come the spring. I am working to get middle school youth ministry kicked off and going. It's gonna take some time because it's been dormant for a long time, but I'm really eager to meet all of our middle schoolers. We meet the first and third Sunday of every month at 4 p.m., currently on Zoom, but again, hopefully we will be able to be in person come the spring. High school youth ministry is going well. I have about 7 to 10 students that log on every week. Shout out to those students, you guys are awesome. And again, similar to both religious ed and middle school, currently meeting over Zoom with the hope to meet in person come the spring, January, February, around that time. Confirmation, a little bit of an update there. I have prepared informational packets that will be sent to parents and candidates for confirmation within the next week or so. And I have prepared, or I'm in the process of preparing the program to hopefully be in person, but we will adapt to Zoom if necessary. And finally, First Reconciliation is scheduled for Saturday, February 27th.
Thank you. Great. And from music ministry, actually I have one announcement not connected to music ministry. So that the Pregnancy Center of Columbia will be outside our church this weekend. But those of you that are not coming back to church, you can go online and find a place to donate. It is in our bulletin. They were not able to do the baby bottles that we used to fill up with all of our coin because of the COVID precautions. So they have several different ways to donate to their amazing organization to continue to the support of their moms and babies. So please check that out. They need us. Music ministry. So adoration, we tried all-day adoration last month with our evening second Friday of the month, and it was very successful, so we will continue to do that. Our next adoration is next Friday, November 13th, and again in December 11th. We begin adoration after the morning mass. I do need people to sign up for that. I can guarantee you it's only about 3 or 4 people in the daytime throughout the day, so it's a very safe environment if you want to come up and pray before the Lord and really seek God's comfort in just being there with Him during this time. Lessons and carols Dee mentioned, so December 4th, Friday evening, traditionally we have had this, and it should be a really beautiful evening. I encourage you to come out and just be a part of it again, just to be in community. If the weather's nice, we're hoping to have a little hot chocolate outside, socially distanced. For our Advent and Christmas, as in the past couple of years, we will have our theme throughout Advent, O Come Emmanuel, just really concentrating on those words and mentally singing the words, since most of our music is instrumental. For our Christmas liturgies, we will have a couple things sung just for the occasion of Christmas, because I feel we have to welcome the Lord into this world a little joyfully. So you'll see a few changes there. But for the most part, we are remaining instrumental, and our thanks to our incredible musicians that continue to enrich our services by their music, and hopefully maybe this time next year we'll be back to singing. I do continue to ask for your prayer that when we do return, we will have people that are just waiting with bated breath to come and sing their notes. I wanted to talk about our parish giving programs as well. So online in the bulletin, you will find this very, very colorful section. And so as St. Alphonsus has always had really wonderful giving programs for the Christmas season. So easy, you can just do online giving. So, you just click onto our giving website, and you can go right to St. Gregory's Adopt a Family or food baskets, so Give Central is waiting for you just to click a button and offer your donation. If you're not comfortable with online giving, you can mail the check directly to the church. And you can also get the giant Walmart Target gift cards. This year, the turkey donations, we're not accepting the frozen turkey donations this year. So the store gift cards will be really important for the families in need. Our Thanksgiving Christmas baskets, if you know someone that needs a little help, just call the office and let us know, and we will make sure that the coordinators of this program are made aware of that. And lastly, our St. Gregory's Adopt a Family. All of you know that we usually start this process now, and we have the big boxes in the pews by the second week of Advent. But because of the pandemic, it's been toned down just a little bit. So instead of our usual 70-some families, I think we'll have 20-some families. But we still want to supply these families with a really nice Christmas for their children. So Carol LePau and Anne-Marie Ottoman continue to head up this program. Their information is in the bulletin on this pretty piece of paper, or you can call the office to get their phone numbers or emails. Just because you're not back physically doesn't mean that the world doesn't need us. And I continue to be humbled by the donations that people drop by. Our St. Gregory's Pantry every week, it's just overwhelming that people just kind of slip on up here and drop their groceries off, and it's just really, really a beautiful thing. So let's try to make our giving program this year as successful as it has been in the past years. I think that's all I have. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much for listening. Please hold us in your prayers as we certainly continue to pray for you, and have an amazing day. Thank you.
Great to see you.